Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live episode of the Runner Spirit podcast. And what we're going to be doing on this particular episode, myself and Sumaira, is going through the last 3 episodes that we released on YouTube and just trying to understand what exactly it is we learned from it, and then engaging with anybody that might be watching or listening in the comment section and having conversations with the people.
By the way, it's YouTube and Spotify in terms of people wanting to access the podcast and listen to it.
Yes, they can access it on YouTube, Spotify, but they can also do it on Apple Music as well.
See, I'm very anti-Apple. I don't associate,
Why?
I just never have.
Okay. And to be fair, this is just the beginning stages. This is just us doing it and putting it out there. What's the word I'm looking for? Startup styly, entrepreneur styly. So
I like that.
By that, what I mean is we're literally just making it up as we go along and fixing it and building as we grow. Let's just see what happens. Anyways, let's continue.
Should we wait until there's a bit of momentum, or
A bit of momentum where?
as in if people are engaging, if Charlie's going to return?
I think he did. I think it's working. Charlie came back. Charlie said what happened. Yep, it's working. It's just delayed. Okay, so YouTube is working. YouTube is the most important thing. The Instagram guys are second-class citizens.
No, we don't do class. Thank you very much.
Fine. We are back. Charlie said what happened. We are back, Charlie. That's what happened. I messed up the live.
Are you doing laughing gas?
What'd you say?
Charlie said, are you doing laughing gas?
Oh, because he thinks this is a balloon.
Is it?
He probably thinks this is a balloon. But yeah, anyways, it's fine. Okay, do you know what's funny about when I said that the Instagram people are second-class citizens and YouTube is where it's at, and you said we don't do classes? It reminded me of something that Viv mentioned recently about Black AI Futures. So Black AI Futures, for those that don't know, is a new initiative that we are working on in the UK. And it's basically trying to get more people from the global Black and African community to build and own products in the AI space, because this is the new arms race. Like, I truly believe that, and it is the future, and we need to be building, we need to be taking part in it. Otherwise, the inequality gap is only going to get higher. We're going to get left behind a lot more and blah, blah. Anyways, in that, Viv mentioned, and I also agree with this, that we need to maybe have women leading in this AI space. And why do you think that is, Sumaira? What do you think my reasoning is for thinking that maybe it would be better if women were leading in the AI space?
So you're putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
And this is your space. I think in terms of female leadership, like, even if we look at it from a political perspective, the qualities women have in leading is far more different to men.
The qualities women have in leading. And what qualities do you think I'm talking about?
I think, well, to be honest, it would also depend on many other factors, but like maybe seeing things outside the box. And because women are usually left out in a lot of these spaces, when you've got a woman's voice in it, it's, if you're thinking about a woman, then you're also thinking about other people, if that makes sense.
Okay. I mean, that's a good point. And from my perspective, this might be very generalistic. And but what I am thinking is a reason why we would have women in this space is because women tend to care more about people. They're not so narrowly focused on things. And like, they are more aware of people. And if there is a complaint or a issue with the way AI is going right now, is the fact that it's just focused on things. It's just people expanding on what they can do with the technology and trying to move the technology forward so quickly and achieve whatever it is they need to achieve. Obviously, we live in a capitalist system that is basically incentivizing us to put profits before everything else. So the people that are driving AI forwards are driving AI forwards for the purpose of profits, for the purpose of the capitalist system. And I was thinking, if we had women leading, women in charge, for some reason, and I know this might be generalistic, but I feel like women in general are more in tuned to society and what human beings want. And they wouldn't be so narrowly focused on just the profit. You know, some of them would think, actually, what about the people? And should we try to make sure that this is also beneficial for people as well? So that is an interesting point that, at least in my head, I'm thinking, I don't know if it's true, but I feel like women are more caring for the people. Like, they care about what people think. They care about human relationships. So if they were leading the AI charge, they wouldn't just be putting profits. They wouldn't just be doing what the system incentivizes, they will also be caring about,
Yeah.
the people that are being hurt as well.
I think that's interesting. And if we're thinking about empathy as a quality or care, potentially, I see where you're coming from. I hear you. But I also just think it depends on someone's integrity and level of ethics as well. It depends what kind of women who go into those kind of roles who then care about the people. Yeah,
I
of course,
definitely.
you made the point that it's a bit general. The statement is a bit general, but I hear where you're coming from. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I think,
Anyways,
yeah, even politically, like, if we look at female leaders.
do we have female leaders in the world right now? And if so, where? Let's Google it. Female leaders.
I know
I
somewhere
interrupted.
in the Netherlands region or whatever, there's this focus on a 4-day week led by a young woman within the parliament.
Several prominent women currently hold significant leadership positions around the world. In examples, this is Gemini. Can we really trust Gemini? It says Giorgia Meloni, Prime Minister of Italy. Really? The Prime Minister of Italy is a woman? Prime Minister of Denmark? That's the one you were talking about, right?
I think so.
Lithuania. Go on. Okay. Yeah. What point were you trying to make around that? Sorry.
No, I was just saying, if we were to, obviously not looking at it from an evidence-based or stats perspective, but if we're thinking about female leadership and then we're looking at leadership within governments, I do tend to see a lot more positive outcomes or, I don't know, campaigns from women.
Positive campaigns from women.
Yeah.
Is that just biased though, do you think? Do you think in general?
I don't know. I feel like
is there data about
women
it?
would communicate and not just there'll be less wars.
Is that true though? I mean, what you've just said right now is like a age-old argument.
I know, but that's the same thing you're saying about AI as well, I suppose.
Yes. I'm saying, but yeah, I'm saying it about AI because I know that right now they don't really care about the impact this is going to have on society. And they can't care about it because they are operating under a system that forces them to prioritize the money and how much money that will be made. Unless there's something internal that forces them to care about this, the impact that this is going to have on society, they're not going to do it. And people in the Silicon Valley, they live in a real bubble. Like, it's just very, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just very real. It's
I
very
hear you,
real.
I guess, because it's a man's world. If we're thinking about it, when women are in powerful positions or in leadership positions, I guess they consider beyond just the male lens on what we should be doing in life because they're considering lived experiences. So like when they're petitioning for maternity leave or something to do with women's health, then obviously it's likely a woman is going to do that and campaign for that over maybe a man in government. Like, for example, America and Rhodes,
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing my screen right now?
Mm-hmm.
Women's equal participation, leadership, blah, blah, blah. However, data shows that women are underrepresented at all level decision making. Yeah, we know that. I'm just trying to find out if there's any data that says they are better at leading countries. Women are better at leading countries than men. Survey respondents say, what is this? 2022. Is this real? US News. India had the largest share of respondents agreeing that countries led by women are better managed. Oh, India. That's where you're from, Sumaira. Which is an interesting phenomenon, isn't it? Because India, don't they have like issues with, don't they have issues with this?
You mean like the entire world in a way, but just...
Yeah, the entire world.
Yeah,
but also,
exactly.
Yes, but also India can be quite...
Go on, just say it. No? Yeah. I mean, like which other cultures, if we put it in comparison to a lot of collectivist cultures, isn't there a hint of that anyway?
Oh, Charlie says Silicon Valley was a mistake. Charlie also says Barbados. So Julia says Namibia and Tanzania have female leaders currently. They have recently met and it was very interesting. Oh, I didn't know that. And Charlie said Barbados too. Barbados also has female leaders. Namibia and Tanzania have female leaders. I did not know that. Okay, sorry, what were you saying, Sumaira?
Sorry, I'm just reading what Charlie's saying. It's true, taking the class of these women into account. Yeah, absolutely. I think intersectionality is really important when we're thinking about identities generally as well, because it will all depend on the intersecting of identities, how somebody would consider or not consider things. I think the thing about anything to do with human behavior is that you're not going to get a black or white answer. It's going to be nuanced. But yeah, we somehow have gone into this, but this is supposed to be a podcast live recap kind of our 3 episodes. I'm just very aware of that.
Yes.
And obviously we have Julia and we have Charlie, interested to know if they've listened to any of the 3 podcasts that we're hoping to explore, which is the one with Paul Anderson, the one with Peter, is it Kade, and Kawthar, the counseling psychologist.
Yes,
I
indeed.
believe Kawthar is now a doctor, by the way.
Is
I'm
she?
sure I saw it on social media. Yeah, I think she passed her Viva. So
Oh my
congratulations,
God.
Kawthar.
Congratulations, Kawthar. I didn't even know. Oh my God. How did you see it on social media and I didn't?
I'm sure on LinkedIn.
Well, how do you see it on LinkedIn and I didn't? Let me just check. Kawthar. See, I just want to see if she's really. Oh my God, she is. Oh my
I thought I saw it.
God. This is so cool. Dr. Kawthar Ali. Oh,
Congratulations. Welcome to this side.
I should change the title of that episode and put doctor in front of her name for everything.
Yeah, why not? It's really difficult to get a doctorate. It's very intense. So she deserves it.
100%. Julia says, I don't think you can find actual data about women being better. There are still too few references. And also, it's always a teamwork when combining male and female qualities giving the best results. This is true. I agree with that. And Charlie says, India has a domestic violence issue, not to downplay it, but the world also has this issue. Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. And of course, there's been lots of news from India in the past that has made international headlines based on domestic and sexual violence. Very unfortunate. Yeah.
I didn't know you could do this. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. We're just showing everyone's comments. So as I'm reading it, actually, I could be clicking on it and showing it. That is so cool.
And I also think a lot of people, like who's understudied, if we think about a lot of what we base our knowledge on, a lot of the people being studied are like white men. Whether it comes to medical diagnosis, women are left out or, like you said, very secondary. So I don't think anybody has prioritized that kind of research at the moment.